Hi everybody, my name is Andrea of MAKADREZ.com. Today I am sitting here with Marie Driven, co-founder of the amazing PR company named Playbook Media Group.
Hey,
how are you today?
I'm fine, I'm blessed,
So let us know, tell us about your company. What is Playbook Media Group about?
Well, Playbook Media Group is a company that basically put eyeballs on any talent in entertainment or any business that comes to us and say, hey, I'm trying to get exposure. I need to know how do I get to my demographics? We help you find who your demographics is if you don't know who it is. Playbook Media Group was founded by my partner, Gene Jones. He came up with a name, and I'm the co-founder, obviously. I'm out busting the doors and kicking it in. We're fortunate. We work with a range of talent. People think that we're solely in music, but we're not. We worked with doctors before, clothing lines, product placement brands, Google executives, and we worked with a range of people.
Before you were in PR, you were in fashion.
Mm-hmm.
So especially originally I thought you did PR just for media entertainment. You just clarified that you don't do that. You do it for everything.
Yeah.
But how did you make that transition from working in fashion into going into PR? Because those are two completely different fields.
It is.
Doing two completely different activities. So how was that transition?
It is. So the rundown to that transition was, I was dating a guy back then, and he was into fashion. And at the time I was like 18, I was working at Starbucks, Obviously I did go up in the ranks at Starbucks. I quit Starbucks because I didn't want to get too stuck in a situation where, that's where I'm at. Now I'm a GA, now I'm this, now I'm that. And it's like, okay, then Starbucks is my life. So I left Starbucks, and one time my guy, he was working with a clothing line called Youre Men's Style. And one day he just was like, you know what, I'm going on the road, because they used to be called the Road Dogs. So it was the Road Dogs was some people from Academics and G Unit and all these other brands, but they used to have these events, I want to say, these sale events in hotels. So one time he was like, you know what, let me take you with me.
So it's like a trunk show type event?
Yeah, a trunk show, basically. But it's it's like a mini trade show inside of a hotel.
I see.
So I was like, you know what, let me go. I don't know what this is about, but it's so many damn different people from different aspects. So you have the salesperson for Academics, G Unit, Apple Bottoms. It was everybody. So I didn't know nobody. I was just the girlfriend, right? So we were having a conversation. He's like, yo, I think that you'll be great as a salesperson. Your personality, you can draw stuff in. So here I go, young girl, don't know what's going on, don't know nothing about this fashion game at all. But I made $25,000 in one day, literally.
Wow.
Mind you, with them, with him and his partner at the time, with the clothing line, they only $5,000 coming into the office. So, and I was closing big accounts. From Philly, Downtown Locker Room, Legends, Dr. J's,
That's amazing.
Dr. Denim, all these major stores that they never had. So I'm like, okay, all right. So and at the time there was a sales call sheet, but I had help too. Sergio from Academics, he said he'll help me out, and he did. He introduced me to, people like Dr. Denim, which is Uzi, several buyers in the industry. And then just being on the road so much with the Road Dogs, I became a Road Dog.
Okay.
And G Unit had an opening, and my girl Anika approached me at the time, because once you and that's why I say family matters, because it's not your instant family, but it's your family on the road. So it's kind of even after this, after the sales is over and we did what we did, we all hung out together, So she see me on the road, she's like, yo girl, we have open at G Unit. Would you like the position? I'm like, fine, why not? So I met up with her boss now, and he was like, so I heard so much about you, why should I hire you? I'm like, I'm thinking that you're hiring me because I know everybody on the road. Like, I mean, I'm working with this Caribbean line. I got them inside the top store, so G-Unit should be like an easy sell for me because it's the same people. So he was just asking my relationships, and then and I was like, well, I would say 23. And I was like, okay, well, he's like, I'll call you and everything until I get the call. And it comes to the office and like, yo, all right, we'll give you $50,000 and 1% off of your sales. I'm like, 23, making $50,000? I don't think my mom's seen that. All right, I'm taking it. Let's sign papers. So it was like a big umbrella because it was under Mark Echo as well.
Right.
So that's where I started my fashion. Learning, you know, the ins and outs of, you know, sales sheets, CADs, line sheets, and going to all these trade shows. And at the time, you know, when I just got to junior, my boss was like, listen, I like you a lot. I want to see you win. This is not going to last. Let me take you to Vegas with us to the trade shows. Because they had like these buy-in dinners, just in case if G-Unit didn't make it, I can make it on my own, you know? And
so they kind of like molded you into the PR person that you are
exactly.
right now.
Like, you know, just help me out like in different areas and understanding the business and, you know, how to operate, going to these sales meetings, seeing if these clothing, you know, if this is going to work for my buyers, understanding my buyers' stores, you know, and just understanding what to bring into, you know, their world.
So at that point, did you know that you wanted to do entrepreneurship, or were you just looking to get like another job, just getting paid more money at a bigger company?
You know what? I didn't, but I was an entrepreneur before that because, you know, I had my own clothing line.
Oh, see, you did? What
I had my own clothing line.
The name of it?
Touche, but it was me and another person. It was like Marie basically. It's two Marie. Marie and I, we started a brand called Touche. And she knew how to sew crazy. At the time, I didn't know how to sew. I just had a vision of what I wanted. But I was out there a little more. She was, you know, she was working. You know, I can't knock her for working, but I'm a Gemini, so I like to explore a lot. So I started to fade a little into styling. A little bit, I'm like, now let's take the clothes that you got, let's style these high-end models. And I was lucky because there was a guy, a high-end photographer, his name was Lucian, and he had a studio on like West Broadway, and I got to stop high-end models from Ford and all these high-end agencies.
That's amazing.
Working with like a top stylist, Shaka. Like I was put in positions to do exactly what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. So one time, me and Maria actually fell out, and I had a fashion show with Floss Magazine. Now, Floss Magazine they've been out for a while, right? Like years. Like, I'm amazed that they're still around today. Shout out to Paris. And I had a fashion show that Floss was actually a part of. So now, at the time, I didn't know how to sew. Still don't know how to sew. So I had to find African person that know how to sew. Not Chinese, I went African. So I'm running around trying to find this designer and this seamstress to bring my life together and bring my vision together. And my partner in crime, Gene, he was like, he helped me like find someone to sew my whole collection within a day. Literally. Wow. And it was definitely the best ever. And I got my point across. I got my pieces across. I even made bags. Like, I had everything that I really want done. But then, you know, I'm not a designer. You know, I was just the person that see a vision and then needed somebody to actually make it. So I faded away from the designing aspect, and then I went into the styling aspect that I told you. So got lucky with that, and then that's when I went to the whole sales. So going from sales, I knew a lot already. So what I didn't know was the technical part of it. You know, you got to do CADs, you got to do sales sheets. You know, you have to understand ATSs, you know. There's a lot of technical conversations when it came to that. And I was happy to be a part of it. I was happy to learn. And my most exciting situation was 50 was in the office. So working for the G Unit Clothing, 50 office is like steps away. And he would actually, we'll have meetings, you know, he'll be there, you know, he'll have conversation with us. And, you know, it was like an experience for me just going into this building on 23rd Street every day and just like coming into a different family. When you get there, nobody was shady. It was just a open, like, they welcome you with open arms, you know? So that's how I got into the fashion aspect. But then I explored, like I bloomed from there. Then another opportunity came with another clothing line called Rhythm Driven. And because I had the contacts, it worked for me. But it didn't even stop there. You know, I did high-end suits, men's suits. I've done high-end belts, high-end shoes. I worked with people from Bloomingdale's, the Buyers, Macy's. And then I also went into, you know, all the trade shows, the coteries of the world, the motors.
It sounds like you, in the fashion world, you were like deep into it.
I was definitely deep into it.
At once upon
a time, deep into it. Like, listen, when in 2009, when Rhythm Driven was letting everybody go and asked me if I wanted to go on commission, and I looked at them crazy. I cannot be making this much amount of money for me to go into commission state. We're not doing that.
Right.
So I definitely did not answer them and walked out the door. But I still had the background of, I'm doing off stock. So off stock is basically the clothes that people don't want, and it's like different sizes are left. So I built another business outside of when I left that I had, you know, money coming in through off stock goods. So I was taking off stock from different people and selling it to a bigger entity like TJ Maxx. You know, so I was really involved in sales, period. Like, that was like my thing. Like, when it came to the fashion world, I worked every trade show, you name it, I was there. You know, I traveled to Barcelona for bread and butter. Like, I did a lot when it came to that. So I knew my stuff. So, but how I transitioned to the PR stuff was when I was working with Rhythm Driven, they had to close the office in New York and we had to go to the warehouse in Queens. And I'm not a Queens girl, I'm sorry, I'm a Brooklyn girl. So, and every day, I'm gonna tell you how spoiled I was making so much money that every day I was on the Long Island Railroad. That's expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not catch no C, no E, no nothing. Long Island Railroad every day from morning to leaving the office. And at one point I was like, you know what? This is not me. Like, I need to be mixy. I need to be out there. I need people to know who I am. I worked so much and worked so hard. For me to sit in this office is not going to work for me. Right. Because when I was in the city, I moved around a lot because I was in the city. So one day I was like, I'm starting Marie Driven on the Scene. I was like, okay, started Marie Driven on the Scene. Was submitting myself to events to go cover it. So now I'm covering events. Right. So I kind of like, this is what I wanted to do. I started going to restaurants, covering their food. BET will have an event, I'll cover the red carpet. Reality TV, Bad Girls Club, like, I was there. You name it, I was in there. And
so Marie on the Scene, was that more so like a personal blog, or that was?
It was a personal blog, but what it turned out to is I was submitting content to other publications that were picking it up.
Oh,
so
nice.
I was doing reality TV, reality air, reality BET, like they were picking up all my content because if they didn't have somebody to cover it, I had the content. So I was there. I was on the scene, period. And then I got a phone call one day. Hey, Serrani don't have a publicist, and he was signed to Sony, and it was like, yo, do you wanna, work his projects?
Nice.
And I was like, why not? He got several big records. He signed to Sony. I could just add more to it.
Right.
So from Serrani, I went after, but let me not say from Serrani because DJ Magic was my first client.
Okay.
And how that came, I approached him one day. I was like, listen, you need some assistance. Like, you need someone to, basically manage your brand.
How long ago was this that we're talking about?
We're talking about 2010.
Wow.
2010.
So you basically have been in the PR industry since 2010.
It wasn't, you know what? It wasn't the PR industry. Or at least I didn't know it was the PR industry.
So you was just Marie on the Scene. I was just your personal blog, basically.
Trying to make an impact in the industry. That's
so
all I
how did you get DJ Magic as your first client if this was technically you work for your personal blog.
Because that's what I wanted to do. So I said, I need to manage your brand. I feel like I can make an impact on what you're doing. And it took me a while. It was a fight. I gave Magic, I think Magic got Marie Driven first proposal ever in life. You know, like, people were struggling for me to do a proposal. He was I printed out everything. I showed him exactly how it was going to be and what we're going to do. He was still funny about it. Then I seen him in Miami, ran up on him then. I was like, listen, like, you bugging. Like, you need to really consider what I'm telling you. And he's been, you know, everybody's been through a moment where they've been hurt so much, or they've been messed up in other situations that they don't trust everybody and anybody, you know?
I understand, definitely.
And he gave me a shot. He gave me a shot and it worked for him. He gave me a shot. He got on Good Day New York twice as a DJ. You know, he was in the crossover clubs. I was making sure I was booking him. I was more than just a PR person for him. I was his manager.
But did you know at this point you were doing PR? Or was this something where I just want to manage you?
Yeah, it was just, I was just managing you. So it was one of those, it came with what I'm naturally skilled with. But it was like, I'm managing you, I'm making sure that you're looking good because I need Hot 97 or 105.1 to pick you up. I remember calling 105.1 one day and I was like, listen, I got one of the hottest DJs around and he's gonna tell me, who is it? I said, DJ Magic. They were like, the guy, I still remember him. I'm not gonna name his name, but he was like, he ain't hot. You gotta make sure that he gets this and that and that and that and that and that. I was on the phone, so all right, you gonna make sure he gets this and that and that and that and that. Since you wanna like tell me he's not hot.
Right.
And guess what? He surely got this, that, and that because you're not gonna tell me my client's not hot. I don't care who you are. That's one thing about me. You're not gonna tell me that. So I made sure that he was on Good Day New York. From Good Day New York, he was the only DJ that could put a Hot 97 logo up. They was not letting no logos go up. The only DJ that can. I made sure when he was stepped in the building, they had gift bags, wine, everything in a gift bag from me. Literally, like, so you know, people understand, like, we appreciate you too. We didn't just come here just to come here and just like, oh, help us out, because it's not a help you out game. It's a partnership, you know? And then from there, I guess Hot 97 seen what he was doing, and they asked me to be a pit bull at the time. That's when Flex had the Hot 97 pit bull.
Okay.
Pit bull, whatever. And then I got him the Adidas store. So he was DJ at the Adidas store. And then by the time he hit January, he was officially a Hot 97 DJ.
Amazing.
So we worked hard.
How long was that time span that you did
I want to say 6 months. 6 months.
6 months.
6 months.
So Hot 97 saying, who are you again?
Yes.
They were calling him, wanting him on their roster?
No, first of all, it wasn't Hot 97 saying who you want, who are you. It was 105.1.
Oh,
yeah, because I was trying to get him on 105.1 first. That's what I was looking at. And then they were like, oh yeah, but you need to get him hotter. Okay. So that's what we did. We got him hotter. And you know, now Magic is on Hot 97 and he's doing great. And I watch the growth with him. Like, we don't just call each other sister and brother because we were bigger with each other. We would bicker all day. Like, he knows this, but you know, at the end of the day, I turn around. That's my brother. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I helped him get what he had to get, and it was a hard push, but he pushed.
Right.
And he did it, and I'm proud of him. You know, now he's bigger than DJ Magic. You know, so that was like my first client when it came to me going after it. Period.
Right.
And then Sarani came into the fold. And then another reggae artist came into the fold that I managed and did PR for. So I was smart enough to bring in somebody from Atlantic Records to manage with me. And we did well with him. Got him to do a record with G-Unit. Got him several performances, bookings everywhere, everything. But when he got to Jamaica, he lost his visa and couldn't come back.
Oh, which artist is that?
Mr. Lex.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yes, him. Like, wow. That's like, he's another person I would call my family, because when I went to Jamaica, because we got hired to do the Sting 2013 anniversary, when I got to Jamaica, I didn't have to worry about anything at all. A breath. What? Like, yo, I didn't have to say nothing. He picked me up from Sting, we chilled, we hung out. I didn't have to do anything. Like, he showed me like what Jamaica was. Like, I didn't,
Beautiful.
and it was like dope. So we still keep in contact to today. I'm still like, you know, we still have our relationship. And then from there, it just went to, you know, Ricky Blaze. I thought it was like Ricky Blaze. And Ricky Blaze didn't know what he had. And I seen it, and I've been watching. I'm like, yo, dude, you got 3 major records?
Right.
What's going on? And he was signed to Atlantic Records. And I was like,
Dope.
nah, I could make some work out of this.
Right.
He was like, and it was hard to get him to listen, you know? So I went through his driver at the time. I said, yo, you gotta have to make it happen. Work it out. And then I was so aggressive that they wanted to listen to me, like, what is this girl talking about? And it was one time, Ricky was like, fine, like, let's do it. And at the time he had the Just You and I with like Nikki and Jim Jones, and Nikki had a big red carpet at for Casio on on 42nd Street.
Okay.
And I was just walking past it, and I was like, oh shit, you got even. I said, I gotta figure something out because Ricky gotta be here. So I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna make something happen. So I walk up to the girls that, you know, sitting down with their notepads and stuff.
Were you invited to this event at this point?
I was not. Nope.
Finesse your way in?
Exactly. I was like, I mean, why not? You know, you never know.
I hear that.
So I went to front desk, I missed, my client supposed to be here, Ricky Blaze. Is he on the list? And they were like, no. I was like, oh my God, what do you mean he's not on the list? I spoke to a young lady earlier today. They say he was on the list, he's on his way. Miss, I cannot lose my job. What are you doing? Like, miss, ours, don't worry about it. Just tell him to come, he'll be good. Yo, Dapper, tell Ricky get dressed, let's go right now. Like, just get here now. I got red carpet, let's do this now. Got him dressed, showed up, walked the red carpet. And
wow.
I'm like, Ricky Blaze, because you know it's a long carpet, so I'm like telling them,
finesse queen right here.
Yo, let me tell you.
That's amazing.
That was the best. Like, newspapers every day, the next day, Google everything, the next day, like, lit. So now, he signed to Atlantic Records. The PR person looking at all this stuff and like, what's going on? Like, bringing it. Ricky was like, that's my publicist said today. I hired her personally outside job. Because clearly y'all don't even know what y'all doing with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But I knew how to finesse the brand because at heart, you can't tell me something can't happen when it can happen. You get what I'm saying?
I hear that.
So
I definitely do.
We grew together. I got him to do a cool campaign. It was like Nikki Fax, Mick Mills, Ricky Blaze, like, you know, and at the time he was coming out with an album, so it worked out. You know, we got to do the photo shoot where it's like it's in the stores, we got to do the tours, and we did like some stuff with like Rock Nation, and you know, it was just like a big thing, and that's when I knew I had it. It's like, all right,
that's amazing.
You got it. So.
But it sounds like you started when people were standing out on the corner handing out flyers to do their PR. You've been in the game ever since then. Mm-hmm. And now the game has switched to now internet. Everything's all about digital. How are you creating content? How are you putting yourself out there on the internet? Everything's about that. So what do companies have to do now that's different from back then to stand out right now? It's
not about writing a story and pitching it anymore, because everybody's writing a story and pitching it anymore. You have to do things outside of that. To me, that's in my world and how I feel like that. Like, you have to offer more. It's not just, okay, well, let me just write the story and pitch it to Complex. It doesn't work like that. Mm. So with us, we go the extra mile. Like, we'll do our client's photo shoot. We'll do our own client's interview. And then we'll package it up and we'll send it to you, because now we just saved you the work of doing that, you know? Just to build interest, because, you know, there's so many talent out there, but for you to just say, pitch something in writing to them, it's, you know, it's just like the next email I got before. But for you to do like a whole package, music, video interview, on the person actually seeing it. So all you have to do is click. Because everything is visual, you know? Content, I mean, writing is good, but the visual, is perfect because now you get to know the person, you get to understand the person, you get to jump into what the person is doing. So
Right.
it's a little different now. You have to do more than just writing. It's more.
From talking to you right now, I can see your passion. And not only the passion for what you do, the passion to show that you're not going to come in here and try to play me because I know what I'm talking about. And I love that. That's beautiful. That as a woman in working in male-dominated fields like media, entertainment, marketing, you're not having that and you're in it to win it. And that's beautiful, I think.
Definitely, I'm in it to win it. I mean, to me, I really take the people I speak to seriously. The media people, the DJs, they're value to me. Without them, there is no me. There is no Playbook. There is no Marie Driven. I feel like I'm in here to win it, and I respect the people that I'm going after to help me out, because when I say help out, the media people help you out. You know, they can shut you down anytime they want to. The DJ can say, no, I'm not playing the record. You know, and I appreciate each and every one of them, and I show them that I appreciate them. I think that, you know, it's not all about what do Marie want, what do Playbook want, what do you want, you know? Mm-hmm. And people don't respect that and understand that they understand that, how did Marie get this, how did Marie get that? It's because I understand somebody else too. It's like me being a media person, you coming to me all the time to put your client in vibe. Like, and not even understanding the brand. You know, some PR people don't understand the brand. You gotta understand the brand. You can't just think that.
I agree.
And it's sad, but it's what it is, because everybody's a PR person now.
It's like some people, they want to help you, but they just want to do it from their vision, but they don't want to understand your vision of things. And that's where a lot of conflict comes when it comes to collaboration and working with different people. Yeah, because not everybody understands, hey, this is the mission of the brand. All they want to see is like, hey, I think you could do it like this instead of like this. And it's kind of like, no, understand the gist of it first, then let's move on to the next thing.
No, it's true. And that's how I see it. I see, you know, I'm gonna be in it to win it. I'm going to make sure my team is strong and I help them grow. And I have a great team. I have a great support system. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I have Sarah in Virginia. You know, I have Nora in DC. I have Nancy in Atlanta. You know, I have Irina that's in the city. You know, I have Falaj de Monet, which is like my DJ girl that's in Queens. I have Robert, my video guy.
You have a huge team.
Yes, and I have my business partner, Jean Jones. Like, you know, I have a great team, and, you know, I respect everyone on the team, and I just want to see everyone win, because without them, there is no me. I'll tell you that right now. So, you know, it took a while to grow, but I think I found it.
So who have you worked with thus far? As of right now, who have you worked with?
I worked with Remy Ma. I worked with Papoose, Peter Guns, Tara Wallace, Brittany Taylor, Lady Saw, but now she's Marion Hall, Spice, Mr. Vegas, QQ, Junior Reed.
Did Lady Saw, she's not performing no more? Or?
She's not a dancer artist anymore. She is the queen of gospel right now.
Really?
Yes.
Lady Saw?
She is Marion Hall.
I had never heard of that. That's interesting. What made her transition? Do you know what made her transition?
God's been calling her for a while.
Okay.
And there was a Caribbean artist by the name of Jade Dupree that passed away. She went to the funeral, and that was the day she walked out and transition was made. Everything was shut down.
That's beautiful, though.
Yeah.
So she feels like she's doing more for her passion now.
She's doing more for God, because that's who's telling her to do whatever she's doing. I speak to her all the time. It was a blessing for her to even. I did her last dance on her album. And
I remember when you were promoting that. That was like in 2015.
Yeah, it was 2015. Yeah, you're right.
Around there, I believe so, yeah.
And when she came back to me for a gospel album, I was shocked. Because, you know, I'm a strong believer of God only lets people in your circle that he wants in your circle. Like, it's just what it is. And she cut a lot of people off. But I was one that she didn't cut off. Matter of fact, she came back to me. I want you to work on my project. This is what I need. Da, da, da. You know, it was just to me I was shocked, because You gotta understand, that's a big transition. I never
is.
done gospel before. Girl, I never done, but I killed it. I killed it.
Beautiful.
You know? So she was a great thing for me. And I'm doing her next album is coming out July 15th on her birthday, and I will be doing it again. So yes, those are the clients. I mean, I've also worked with one of the executives of Google. She had a watch band for Apple. I've done cufflinks, fish bassing, hair transplants, bags.
Impressive resume.
Yeah.
I have to say.
Yeah, I've worked with different facets of, entertainers and people that want to just like basically bring their dream into reality. So that's what I help them do.
So now let's say you're literally now 10 years in.
Pretty much.
Doing the 10 years plus in, basically.
Yes.
So how have this journey helped you grow as a businesswoman and an individual?
Because you always got to see what you've done wrong. I've done some mistakes. That's why other girls come to me for advice. Marie, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? Should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? I'm like, no, you shouldn't. And this is why you shouldn't. Or this is, yeah, you should. And this is why you should take this opportunity. So I've been through a lot. I think going into anything you want to do, there are trials and tribulations. There are growth. And you have to be willing to grow. There's certain times I have not want to grow at all because I want to be stuck into what I know. You can't be stuck to what you know. You will never grow. You get what I'm saying? And you got to be uncomfortable. Sometimes I'm uncomfortable with certain situations or certain places I'm placed in, but that's the only way you can grow, to be uncomfortable. I'm willing to be uncomfortable now anyway. Like, just put me anywhere. Let me just be uncomfortable, because the first time I ever been uncomfortable was when the head of buyer at Bloomingdale slammed the phone in my face and told me, don't ever call me again. I cried.
Wow.
I said, oh my God. And I was like 24. So, oh my God, like, it hurt. But you better believe.
This is when you was working with
Yeah, when I was working with what clothing line? I was working with Yardman Sour. One of them clothing lines, I don't remember. But I cried, and then I called her again a year later. Say, hey, how you doing? I have these shoes, and this is what they are, and this is what it is. And she said, all right, so let's set an appointment to see the shoes. I said, wow. Maybe I called on a bad day. See, there's a lot of things that people don't know. You can't jump into a conclusion of something. You might call someone a bad day and you get the brunt of what they're going through. Mm-hmm. So I was uncomfortable, and I hate being uncomfortable. So I learned that being uncomfortable gets you further. And I'm willing to be uncomfortable again, because there's more ladders to climb.
It's true, like, no should never stop you.
No,
just because someone said no, it's kind of like,
at all.
It's not it. There's other ways around it, but don't ever let a no stop you, ever.
I can contest to that. Don't ever. If I let Magic telling me no stop me back then, would I ever be with DJ Magic?
That is true. I
would have never worked with him. Papoose, I ran up on him at a party. I was like, I'm a big fan of yours. I do PR. I wanna help you out, like, straight up. And Papoose, he don't let you in like that. He doesn't. You gotta understand, like, with every person that you work with that has a caliber, there is a trust issue, a factor there, because I don't know who you worked with before me. Mm-hmm. So in my mind, I can't be like, oh, he acting funny, or she acting funny, or he acting. You can't, because you never know what they went through. You get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know nothing about Pap. I just knew that I love the music. See, once I love the craft, that's what I go after. Like, I don't go after anything else. Like, that's the person I am. Now I research everything, because back then I was younger, moving around, trying to, see who could I work with, going after people I really, really want to work with, There's other people I really, really want to work with that I have not gone after yet. Mm-hmm. But that's for another story. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just like people just don't let you in like that. And I learned that.
So what advice would you give to anybody wanting to start, enter into the PR market, be a marketer, that you wish someone told you when you were beginning, so they don't make those mistakes?
Get trained by somebody that know what they're doing. Don't assume you know everything. Just because you went to school for it is not the same thing. Everybody from school need hands-on experience, because what they teach you in the books is not what is actually going on right now. And I say that all the time. That's why I said the world has changed. You know, ask advice, ask questions, and don't just jump into something and not know what you're jumping into. And it's very important. So just ask questions. Just understand you as a brand first, because you have to understand what you're going to offer to somebody before you even run after them. Because they're going to ask you, what are you offering?
Right.
What I can't do myself. Any celebrity can do anything by themselves. Don't get it twisted. They don't want to do it because they are doing too much, that if they focus on them at the moment, like say for example, I'm doing PR for myself, I'm a celebrity, it takes away from something else that they can do or some other money that they can be getting. If you're around, it's because they want you around and you're good at what you do, you know? Because you're not going to get them to pay attention if you're not good at what you do. So if you're going to get into something, just make sure that you're good at it, study it, be the best at it, and then you can be conceited.
As a person working in PR and working in marketing, I know one thing you can't control is how your clients act when they are out to the world.
Can't.
How important is it for your clients to upkeep a certain image in the public?
It's important, but
To you, how important is it to you?
it's very important to me that a client keeps an image in there's an image at home and there's an image in the public's eye. And I personally can't control a client.
Right.
They're going to put out what they want to put out. Some clients are a little bit more prestigious than others. They know what they want. The other ones are trying to find what they want. I would never, like, I can't personally control anybody. I can tell them exactly what to do, what not to do, where to do it, and how to do it. You know, like, I can give you my suggestions. But it is important to maintain an image that you're trying to portray outside of the world. There are people that are real and they act the same way at home. They'll act in the public eye, and millions will love them because it's like, yo, I can relate to her. I can relate to him. You know, this is something I would do. Because you gotta understand, like, nowadays, real talk, people want to relate to you.
Yeah.
They don't relate to the fake person that you are. So if my client wanna twerk on Instagram, maybe she's relatable to the strippers or, you know, girls that like to twerk.
Right.
I can't tell them not to, but to avoid bad press in terms of like doing something extra crazy, I would say, hey, you know, you have a certain image to uphold, so just make sure that you know what you're doing when you do it. But a PR is supposed to clean up your image and help you maintain it, but sometimes we cannot control in what somebody else capture of you and put out there. We can try to get it offline, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do damage control, and then you have to understand there's certain PR people for certain things. There's the damage control PR person, the one that if you are into trouble, that is bad, which is a situation I had to deal with years ago, that we are bringing in a team and we are cleaning you up as much as we can. And then there's the entertainment PR that just do your whatever project you're working on, whether it's a movie, whether it's music. So it's, you know, it's different ones.
So which one would you say you are?
I like damage control because it's more drama. I love a damage control real quick. I like a clean up and a fix up. But I do focus a lot on entertainment. When I do get the rare cleanup, I love it. It's challenging and it gets the blood in my system boiling. I love that. But I normally get the entertainment aspect of things.
Have you ever had something where you're like, oh, hell no, I know you did not do that?
Yeah, I did. And the client didn't call me. Another client called me. He's like, yo, do you not see I'm all over the blogs? Do you not see how TMZ got her looking? Do you not see, like... And I'm like, okay, why she didn't call me? Because to me, if you get into trouble, our job is to try to fix it up. No matter what my team feel about you at that point. But I will never feel that way about you. Like, at all. Like, everybody's human, you know? And this was like back in the days. one of my clients, she was in the Bad Girls Club. She got beat up by a black girl. And she was like, fucking black, da da da, like cursing out.
So
and they caught,
it
was a white girl, Italian. And they caught that. They caught that. But the gag was, her PR person was black. So it was like, so they kicked her off networks. It was bad.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, it was bad.
That is huge.
And people were following her just to tell her how much they hate her. And she was scared. Sweet girl, not racist, but that's how the world portrayed you because of that little thing that came out your mouth. It was bad. But we did damage control, you know, we hit up the board at NBC, we created an email on her behalf, we sent out a nice letter, you know. And she laid low. She laid low for a while. But that was damage control. Like literally, they cleaning it up, sending a letter. The board posted a letter on NBC side and stuff like that. So, but that was challenging. I had like a great team at the time, and I'm happy. I'm fortunate. I'm fortunate to be blessed with people around me with so much talent to make things go smoothly. So yeah, I've been through that. That was to me was fun.
Well, you have done a little bit of everything as far as sales, PR. Within anything between sales and marketing, you dibbled and dabbled.
Oh yeah.
Is that even the proper word, dibbled and dabbled?
Well, yeah,
you have your hands in it.
Yeah.
Let's keep it basic right now.
Definitely. Because in that little world, everything plays a major part.
Yeah,
you know,
I agree.
To me,
it definitely sounds like it because I'm not in it, but from speaking to you, I can see how it.
Yeah, everything plays a part because in order for you have to sell a client to a publication. You got to sell a client to if you're trying to get your client into a brand, you know, to work with a brand, and you're trying to get money from the brand. You got to sell your client. So you're a salesperson at the end of the day. It's just what it is. You got to market your client. It's sales and marketing. It works together in every company.
It's true. It's true. Well, everybody, you just heard it from Marie Driven herself, the PR marketer person. If they want to follow you, where can they find out more?
Everything is at Marie Driven. Everything. Google, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, Marie Driven, everything.
And if anybody's interested in hiring Playbook Media as their client, where can they find
PlaybookMG.com. Go on Instagram, follow us. Gene is the point person on the Instagram. Contact him. I don't need no crazy person contacting me.
Okay, so we just heard from Marie Driven herself. Definitely look out every Tuesday, new episodes, and talk more to dope entrepreneurs like Marie Driven. Nice talking to you, and we'll speak to you soon.
Peace.